All right, let's get to our last caller. And I said all right again. Damn it.
That's okay.
Jesse, you are on with Ethan and Jenna. What's going on?
Ethan, when you say all right, it's barely noticeable.
See?
Good. But to me, it is. Every time I see it or hear it back, I'm like, ugh, stop.
So now it's our job. Anytime anybody hears Ethan say the word all right, we have to tell him.
Yes. Help me stop saying it, please. It was a terrible habit I started that needs to be broken.
I'm not going to help you, and I don't really think it's noticeable at all. Anyway, I just wanted to say that when you were talking about your former self saying to tough it out, you're a wimp, that's bullshit. Because your former self that is telling you to do that is the one that's weak. He's being a fucking wuss. He's the one that's hiding from it. You're the one who's talking about it. The one who's talking about it is being the one who's strong and facing the problem.
Right.
The one that's saying tough it out is being the one that's real wuss and is running away from it. He's not.
Well, so real quick, I hate interrupting, and I especially hate interrupting on a call like this. But the one reason that I interrupt is to catch and hopefully identify in you as well that's exactly what I personally recommend we don't do. The person in him that is being critical is afraid. Let's say little Ethan.
That's
little Ethan is afraid. Little Ethan is not a wuss.
Can we not say little Ethan? Because that actually.
Okay. So what can we call it? Say.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm just doing it right now.
Oh, I'm just trying to. The point is that if we say you're bad and you're good, then somebody's still bad. And the point is that no part of us is just bad. It's that we were raised and we had some bad experiences and we picked up some bad habits. And now all we have to do is keep trying to help identify in each other what can be done in a healthier way and, what's less healthy. So just to be honest and say, you're not a wuss. You never were a wuss. You were afraid and you were badgered, and that's legit.
I think that's actually, I agree. That's a really good point, Jenna, because I was scared of appearing weak to other people. I was scared that other people would view me differently.
Don't differentiate the two, in other words. All right, well, then just realize that you've grown into someone that's, brave enough to face the problem.
I hope so. I think I am. I'm trying to be.
Yeah. It takes practice. And if you're not, that's okay. It takes practice.
Sorry, Jesse. What were you saying?
I was I can say I had a car accident in 1984. And I have a traumatic brain injury from that. And it's just now, excuse me, living through that. I've come so far in that. I mean, I go through all my therapies. So I've gone through. I go through them with flying colors.
Good.
In the hospital, I was the star patient, and I've gone through a lot of therapies from that. I come through them like so far, and I mean, I'm talking about the intense therapies. However, the intense therapies are primarily the physical ones, but a lot of things with the brain injury is that a lot of people say it's like the invisible injury because you don't necessarily see all the problems that are the main ones. Because a lot of times people with brain injury will look fine and you can carry on a coherent conversation, but when you get to really know them, you really see what the problems are, and they're more obvious. I was at this one workshop, and there was this girl that had a brain injury, and she was really, the physical problems with her were so debilitating. I mean, she was in a it was like a chair with it. She had to be kept upright, and she just had like so many physical problems with her, where she couldn't move by herself at all. And she was fairly cognitive. Her cognition was still there. I mean, you could keep a decent conversation with her, but she was just physically pretty much not able to move at all. And I asked her, or she was asked, I don't remember if it was me or whoever, whatever, but which she thought was worse, the physical or the brain injury. And she said the brain injury was. So that's, I mean, that's how bad it is. A lot of my problems are getting overwhelmed easily, forgetting what I want to say, because there are quite a few things I've wanted to say during the show that I'm sure that I've forgotten. I don't know. I mean, I listened to the first time I called the show. I was on for a while, and I think back to it, I'm like, oh my God, I was awful. I should have said something differently, and I should have said that. Why did I react that way? And I just feel terrible about it. And it's just, well, because I was there in the moment, and it wasn't, I couldn't think. Just like now, I'm sure I can't think of what else I want to say. I'll listen back to this. I was thinking, well, why didn't I say this? It was so obvious that I should have said this. And, well, what can I say? But anyway, it's just all part of the same thing. And I've been only saw like 2 therapists since then. The first one I saw for, I don't know, like maybe 35 years or 30 some years until she retired. I first saw her the place I went for therapy right after my accident, and she was trained in it. Then when she retired, she found me somebody else that I'm with now that is absolutely fantastic. So it's like I've been very lucky with my therapist.
That's good.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on that for now. But I'm not going to take up your time. Anyway,
It sounds tough. I don't know much about how to recover from, brain injuries. Like,
I'm trying to recover from my own brain injury. I mean, the epilepsy I had, like, really, like, those seizures for so many years, and the medication, it destroyed my brain. Like, I truly thought it was just complete mush. Granted, it's improved a lot, but there's still so many times when, ADHD aside, you'll see me and I'll just be like the thoughts can't be pulled out of my head, or I get like tongue twisted either, or I completely forget stuff, or can't access memories. Like, I have so many things that have negatively impacted me as a result of my epilepsy. However, I feel like there are things I'm doing that seem to be at least helping a bit. So I need to continue to do everything I can to try and heal my brain. I only hope, although I don't expect, that I'll ever get my memories back from those several years, because it's a blur. I don't think that's the problem. Is I don't think I actually formed the memories.
That's something that I learned when I was looking into my history of drinking and blacking out. What I used to call browning out, where I would be functioning and conscious and wasted, but I would have absolutely no recollection except for some bits and pieces. Like, oh, I remember that we were here, or I remember that we went here, but then that's like all I could remember. And with things like that, it sounds like those kinds of things, the memories, like you said, just aren't formed. Your brain isn't collecting those memories like when my brain was just fully saturated in alcohol. I wasn't able to create a scene to remember, to recall later from what I've learned. So yeah, that's complicated.
Yeah, it is.
Well, thank you, Jesse, for calling and sharing that with us. That's so tough. I'm so sorry.
It is. And Jesse, it's always nice talking to you. And I appreciate you, you know,
Yeah.
calling the show again and, you know, watching us every week.
Not a problem. You know, it's weird because a lot of times I think, well, I'm just not going to bother calling because, you know, I've got a lot of other stuff to do on Sundays. And then the topics you come up with are like, oh my God, I got to call in about this one.
Well, we'll try to keep doing that to you.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, this show is freaking phenomenal.
Thank you.
It's
so
just like,
glad.
oh, you got it. Oh, just keep doing it.
Thank you,
Doing it, and
Jesse.
I help to keep calling.
Appreciate it.
Jesse.
Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care.
Thank you. You too. So long.
Thanks. Bye-bye.